Hello, my name is Professor Scott Wilkes. I'm Head of the School of Medicine and Professor of General Practice and Primary Care. Welcome to the University of Sunderland Open Day, and in particular the School of Medicine presentation. I'm going to talk you through why Sunderland, why now, the admissions process, professionalism, accommodation, and crucially how to get into study medicine at Sunderland. So the first thing is, why Sunderland? Well, it's a coastal city. It has a lot to offer. The Empire Theatre brings up the shows from Sunderland. There is an aquatic centre. So the question is, well, why medicine as a career? Well, that's because there are so many different careers that you can follow. So once you've done your 5 years as your degree programme and you qualify as a Doctor of Medicine in Sunderland, you will then be able to follow that career in surgery, paediatrics, general practice, gastroenterology, pathology, working in the armed forces, working in air ambulance. There are just so many different career opportunities. Now, the curriculum at Sunderland is that of Keele University. So you will be our third cohort of students. We are in partnership with Keele University Medical School. And so they are our mentors in the setup of our new medical school. So if you know the Keele curriculum, you now know the Sunderland curriculum. Essentially, it is a spiral curriculum. So what you learn in year one, you then build on in years 2, 3, 4 and 5. In the early years, it's built around problem-based learning. What's problem-based learning? You will be presented with a real-life clinical case. And in that presentation of a case, for example, a young girl with a headache who's at medical school, and of course that case is built around meningitis. So through the course of the week you will learn about the microbiology of meningitis, you will learn about the cell biology of meningitis, you will learn about the anatomy of the brain, the spinal cord, and the physiology of the systems of the body around that. So that's how it's built. And then at the end of the week, you then discuss with your colleagues in problem-based learning tutorial those learning outcomes to make sure that you've met all of those learning outcomes. So that is the first 2 years, which is basically built around bioscience, real clinical cases. Now you'll also have experience of clinical cases as well in those early years. So you'll be going into the hospital environment. You'll be spending a lot of time in general practice, where you will see these real clinical cases, and it contextualizes your learning at a very, very early stage. Then when you get into year 3 and 4, that's when you'll spend a lot of time in clinical placements in general practice and in hospital medicine. Then in year 5, that is your assistantship year. Now in the assistantship year, you'll be shadowing real doctors and you'll be getting a feel of what it's like. So you're really prepared for practice when you become that qualified doctor. At the end of year 2, you have an opportunity to study an extra degree, a bachelor's degree, and at the end of year 4, you'll have an opportunity to study a master's degree. So broadly, that's the curriculum. Now we use all learning modalities because we don't assume that everybody learns in the same way. So you will learn in anatomy sessions, the dissection room. You will learn in tutorials, problem-based learning groups. There will be lectures, clinical skills, laboratory practicals. So just about every learning modality that you can possibly think of. Now, professionalism is a key tenet of this degree, medicine. So if you haven't read the GMC, General Medical Council's Good Medical Practice, I would certainly strongly advise that you read that, because that is, again, a cornerstone of the medical degree program, because in essence it's all about patient safety, and there will be values in there that we are looking for in the admissions process, which are embedded in good medical practice. And it's things like trust, honesty, integrity, respect of patients' wishes, respect of your colleagues, and those sort of values. So I would really advise you to take some time and read that. Admissions, this is the bit that you're really interested in. So how to get in to study medicine? Well, in Sunderland, the first A level that we require is one from biology or chemistry. Now, we're one of only 8 medical schools that don't require chemistry. The second A level we'll look at is one from either maths, physics, biology or chemistry. The third A level we look at is one from any academic subject. So we're really keen to attract a wide range of students. And these criteria are published on our website. Now, we also require the UCAT, the University's Clinical Aptitude Test. We remove the bottom 20%, so we don't select on UCAT. Many universities do select the top 20%, but we don't. We retain 80% of the field. And then we go into a process called roles and responsibilities. Now, this is where, upon application on the 15th of October, you will be sent a link to fill in within 2 weeks. And we have 4 questions that we ask you. And we're looking for your commitment to medicine and indeed your values. Now, linked to that, we're very keen to attract students who might come from a socioeconomically disadvantaged background. So it might be difficult to demonstrate some of that leadership quality, for example. So we do value students who demonstrate leadership, for example, in, say, a local scout group where it costs no money to go. And we also remove as many of those economic barriers from our entrance exams, where you can pay to learn how to do those entrance exams. We run a summer school, so if you're able to attend our summer school and you have one of the Office for Students widening participation metrics, which are commonly things like an area of the country in which you live, or mum and dad haven't been to university, or household income is below a certain threshold, for example, then you may well secure a place in our summer school. And if you attend that 2-day summer school, you will be automatically given an interview, a multi-mini interview with us. So that's the next stage of the application process, the multi-mini interviews. So in the multi-mini interviews, we put you through stations of, it's currently 8 stations, and we're looking for those attributes that I mentioned previously, core values around NHS and good medical practice from the General Medical Council. Once you've gone through the MMI process, the interview process, then you'll receive your offer, and then of course we're looking for you to fulfill that offer. Now, on results day, if you do not fulfill the offer and you do slip a grade, I would urge you to still ring our admissions line and have a discussion with our admissions team. Accommodation in the university, we encourage our students to take up our offer of free accommodation in year 1. Now, the reason we do this is for two reasons. We're very keen to attract able students from our region, and we don't necessarily want our students to be living with mum and dad. We want our students to be learning those social skills that are required by a doctor of medicine, and so living with peers in halls of residence is really important. And the other reason we offer free accommodation is because if we are successful in attracting talented students who have the ability to follow a demanding degree and demanding career, then of course we want to support those students. So you will have free accommodation in year 1, 50% reduction in year 2, and you'll also have access to free travel in the area on our metro rail system and buses. So how do you apply? Well, go online, you will find out how to apply. I would strongly urge you to have a look at the virtual tour. You will find that we have some of the best facilities for training medics. We have unrivaled access to facilities such as our wards, and our labs, our industry specification labs. So do take that virtual tour and have a look. The final thing is, of course, make sure you make that application on the 15th of October. And we do look forward to welcoming you to the campus in September when you start your degree programme. Thank you.